In the tub, Sloane double-checks the goodbye letter she just wrote and gets ready to self-delete. However, at that moment she hears her father arrive, so she has to join him for breakfast. While they eat, Sloane complains about everything because her sister used to do things differently. Her father is tired of this and tells her they must move on. He also grabs her face to check if she's really sick and decides she isn't. Sloane claims she isn't hungry, but her dad wants her to eat anyway. Suddenly someone starts pounding on the door while yelling for help. While her dad goes to the door to check, Sloane starts hearing all kinds of noises coming from outside. More yelling, sirens, and cars crashing. When her father returns, he has blood on his clothes and says they need to leave. Sloane gets her jacket before going outside and notices the chaos that has taken over the town. It turns out the zombie apocalypse has arrived and people are being chased all over the place. A zombie woman sees Sloane and comes running after her, but thankfully her father pulls her back inside and closes the door on the zombie's face. Sloane and her father barely get to move away from the door before they hear their window breaking and the alarm going off. It turns out the zombie has broken into their house. The father immediately tackles her and they fight on the floor until the zombie bites his arm. He grabs a glass shard from the floor and stabs the zombie in the chest a few times, but nothing happens. When he stabs her in the eye and reaches her brain, she finally dies. Horrified by what she just saw, Sloane leaves the house and runs down the road as the zombies chase after her. A day later, Sloane is hiding with other teenagers in the school. Trace points out there's only one car in the parking lot, so the group enters the principal's office to look for the keys. There's a dead man on the floor and growling noises can be heard nearby. Carrie carefully sneaks around until he finds the zombified principal and beats him up with a phone while Reese and Sloane uncomfortably watch him. After getting the keys, Carrie says they must block the doors. The teens start working together to do so, but Sloane is too shaken and hides in a corridor. She pulls out a phone and tries to make a call, but she's interrupted by Reese checking on her. He asks if she's been bitten and she admits she doesn't know. The duo then joins the others in the gym, where they're using a radio to try to get any news. However, they only find the emergency recording being played over and over. The message tells citizens to stay where they are because help will come soon. Reese tries to comfort Sloane, who starts thinking about what happened. As Sloane runs away from the zombies, she has to dodge moving cars. She tries to enter a house but it's locked, so she jumps over a fence to escape from a zombie just in time. Then she keeps running and hides behind a bush when she sees someone approaching, but it's just Reese and Carrie. The teens return together to the main street, where they find Trace's mother Karen coming out of a crashed car. Trace rushes to check on her while the others also find his twin sister Grace. Karen is wounded but she tells the kids to keep moving. Moments later the group arrives at the rec center, where a huge crowd is trying to get in. A soldier on the balcony tells everyone to stay back because there's only room for one more person. Trace tries to protect his mother but the crowd keeps pushing them around without a care. When someone suddenly opens fire, the group agrees to leave. In the evening, the group hides inside a random house. Karen tries to turn on the lights but Carrie immediately turns it back off and scolds her, pointing out that they shouldn't draw attention. He wonders if they should have left her to die, so she says she was only checking if there was power and thinks zombies will find them if Carrie keeps being loud. She theorizes that the zombies are attracted to sound and threatens to hurt Carrie if he talks to her like this again. Afterward they look around and find some blood next to a fallen table. There's also a bat that Carrie takes. Trace announces that the second floor is clear, so the group goes upstairs. Carrie thinks they should stay downstairs but Karen insists that upstairs is safer. They fight over who is in charge and Karen reveals she and her kids escaped their house by climbing through the window and getting on the roof. Later Karen takes care of her wound while the teens try to rest. Soon Sloane falls asleep and dreams about memories of her family. One morning her sister Lily wakes Sloane up for school. After stealing money from their sleeping father's wallet, Lily helps her sister with her hair. Sloane is worried about being late for school, so Lily says they can take their dad's car because he won't notice. Suddenly Sloane's mood drops when she admits she knows Lily is planning to move out. She doesn't blame her for it, but she doesn't want to live alone with their dad. Lily reminds her of their motto, one day at a time, and promises she won't let their father hurt them again. Then the girls go to school and Lily gives Sloane a birthday card. Sloane is grateful but leaves it in the car, promising to open it later. In the present, everyone wakes up when they hear a noise. They go downstairs and see a broken window before a zombie tries to attack Carrie. He immediately dodges the creature and beats it up with the bat while Karen notices more zombies approaching the house. To avoid getting trapped, the group has no choice but to leave. They run through town for a long while until Carrie sees their high school in the distance. They agree it's the best place to hide in because the windows are reinforced. After Carrie says it's clear, Karen goes ahead first and the zombies immediately see her, so she tells the kids to run to the school while she stays as bait. The zombies quickly surround her and feed on her. As the teens run, a zombie tackles Sloane and knocks her down. Carrie tries to help her but he's brought down by a zombie too, losing the bat in the process. Reese rushes to pick the bat up while Carrie kicks the zombie to free himself. Then Reese kills the zombie attacking Sloane, which covers her in blood. The teenagers keep running and climb a fence to finally reach the school. After blocking all the doors, the group decides to rest in the gym. Sloane wakes up from a nightmare and checks her pocket to find her goodbye letter. After a quick read, she goes to the bathroom to throw up and wash all the blood off. Another flashback shows a bruised Lily telling Sloane that she's leaving. Sloane wants to go with her, but since she's a minor the police would come after them. At that moment their dad bursts into the room and starts yelling at Sloane because she isn't doing well at school, calling her an embarrassment. When Lily tries to defend her sister, her father slaps her. Lily yells at him and insults him, saying this is why their mother left. Her father hits her again and knocks her down, so Lily announces she's never coming back and leaves the house. In the present, the boys find some food. Carrie wants to discuss what to do but Trace interrupts him and blames him for Karen's death because he said the way was clear. Carrie swears he didn't lie and says the zombies simply moved fast. Suddenly Trace punches Carrie and a fight ensues. The others have to separate them, and Sloane feels so uncomfortable that she leaves the gym. Soon Grace finds her and gives her some clean clothes that she found in the drama department. They go to the bathroom to take a shower and as Sloane undresses, all the bruises caused by her father are revealed. Thankfully there are no bites. Grace takes the chance to ask her what she saw on the street, so Sloane says she saw the same thing as everyone else. Moments later Sloane is desperately running through the school until she collapses in front of the front door. She then notices that the zombies are pounding on it, trying to get in. Sloane runs back to the gym and learns from the others that the zombies are piling up on every exit, so they need to build more barricades. Once all the doors are safe, the teens go to the library and notice there are no zombies at this exit. They realize it's because of the high fence surrounding the field to the street, so this is the place where they'll have to go to if they ever need to escape. Later Sloane can't stand sitting in the gym because she keeps hearing the zombies outside, so she decides to nap in a corridor instead. Reese comes to check on her and they discuss the situation, wondering if their families are alive. Suddenly they hear an explosion and the whole building shakes. All the teens run to the front door and Trace and Carrie begin arguing over whether to open it. Sloane simply takes off a poster to look outside and is shocked to notice the zombies leaving. In the distance, they can see fire and smoke coming from the gas station. After having lunch, Trace asks Carrie for the keys because he wants to explore, so Reese and Sloane go with him for safety. The trio finds a bottle of alcohol in the teacher's lounge and immediately takes it back to the gym to play a drinking game. They try to admit funny things about their lives but it ends up in a sour mood when they realize none of them has ever been in love. That night, Sloane is sleeping when a hand touches her face. She sits up and senses something strange behind her, so she turns around to find her father puking blood. He starts yelling at her but at that moment she wakes up. Afterward she goes to the corridor to get some water, and something behind starts moving. When she turns around, it's gone. A terrified Sloane wakes the others up and tells them someone broke in. They go to the library and hear a noise in a cabinet. When they open it, they're shocked to find their teacher Baxter, who is sleeping and has a gun in his hand. Sloane takes the gun and Baxter immediately wakes up, desperate to find his weapon. The teens hide the gun before taking Baxter to the gym to feed him. Baxter praises the group's teamwork on the barricades but when they ask him how he entered the school, he says he doesn't remember. Nobody believes him, especially when he claims that the situation in town has gotten worse. Sloane wonders why he watched her in the corridor, but he says he didn't stalk anyone and was just checking for weird noises. After Baxter leaves to take a shower, the teens discuss the gun and Reese says they'll only use it when needed. Sloane admits she doesn't trust Baxter. Meanwhile Carrie takes Baxter to the showers. When Baxter undresses, Carrie notices something. He rushes back to the gym and tells the others that Baxter is infected, so he takes the gun from Reese to hopefully kill him. Reese thinks they need more proof than a scar and an argument ensues. They're suddenly interrupted by Baxter, who swears he isn't infected. Carrie points the gun at him and asks him to show them the scar, but instead Baxter runs away. The group immediately chases after him and manages to tackle him, but the gun falls in the process. They look at his arm and confirm he has a nasty bite scar. Sloane picks up the gun so Trace and Carrie tell her to shoot, but Reese asks her to wait. They start arguing again so Baxter yells that he'll leave to make them stop. At the main entrance, Sloane shares his story. He was running through town searching for the school when he met another survivor, and they decided to stick together. When they finally reached the school they found every entrance blocked by zombies except for one window. They broke it and Baxter climbed inside first, but he didn't reach back for his friend fast enough. The zombies grabbed the man's legs and started to tear his flesh, so Baxter finally grabbed his hand to try to pull him in. The survivor responded by biting his arm. Once they were both inside, Baxter closed the windows and noticed his friend's leg was torn to shreds, so he beat him to death before he transformed. When the teens ask what window he used, Baxter answers the one in the boiler room. They see it as proof that he's lying and kick him out. When Carrie is about to open the door, Baxter grabs his arm and bites it. As Baxter insists he isn't infected, the others open the door and finally push him out. Trace thinks they should kick Carrie out too, but the group refuses. Grace takes Carrie to the infirmary to clean and bandage his wound. He'll spend the next few hours in there until they have an answer. On her way out Grace locks the door and Reese says he thinks Carrie is clean. Afterward Reese gives Sloane her letter, which he found on the library floor. He can't believe she tried to self-delete and wonders why she's trying to survive now. Sloane changes the subject and asks why Reese knows when someone is clean. He explains that if someone's infected they get really cold, which he learned because he watched his own father transform. The new zombie attacked his mom, so she also got bitten. Later Sloane goes looking for food and is shocked to find Grace and Carrie getting naughty. She runs before they can see her and finds Reese, whom she takes to a dark corridor to kiss. Their moment is interrupted when they hear a voice. Meanwhile Grace and Carrie decide to check the boiler room, where they find the broken window and a dead body. This confirms Baxter's story. The duo returns to the gym to inform the others, but they have bigger news. The voice Sloane heard comes from the radio, which is now transmitting a message inviting survivors to a shelter in Rayford. The group discusses what to do and Trace says he wants to stay because here they're safe and have supplies, but Carrie points out they're running out of food. Since another argument begins, Sloane leaves the gym. While walking down the corridor, she's surprised to find a body on the floor. A closer look reveals it's Baxter, who is severely wounded but still moves. Sloane immediately brings the others and Grace comes closer to help him. Reese notices Baxter has a new bite mark and overhears Grace say he's freezing, so he tries to warn her. Unfortunately it's too late. Baxter finishes transforming and brings Grace down to try to bite her. While Sloane grabs him from behind to strop him, Trace fires the gun with a shaking hand. The shot only makes Baxter drop the girls, so Carrie grabs the gun and shoots him in the head. Afterward Grace tries to move only to discover the bullet hit her in the stomach. Trace rushes to her side and they both have a breakdown. Eventually Grace dies in her brother's arms and Trace desperately clings to her body. Later in the gym, Sloane offers her condolences to Carrie, who says they were the stupidest people ever for having hope. When Trace enters the gym Sloane tries to talk to him, but he suddenly starts beating her up, claiming he missed the shot because she had been in the way. Reese and Carrie pull him away from her and Sloane leaves the gym. In the corridor, Sloane throws a chair in frustration. When she looks down, she's shocked to find her phone on the floor with a message from Lily, who tells her to come home because it's safe. When she shows the message to Reese and Carrie, they point out that the message is old so they can't know if it's still true. Sloane freaks out and insists they should leave, so the boys agree to help her. In the morning, the group packs as many supplies as they can carry. Sloane goes looking for Trace, who is in a room with Grace's body. He apologizes for what happened and Sloane says she would have done the same for her sister, so she forgives him. Trace thanks her before using the gun to self-delete. After retrieving the gun, the trio finally leaves the school. There are several bodies on the street and they walk past them, but the zombies start to wake up. Reese kills one with a bat and Sloane tries to open fire, however she's out of ammo. The teens start running as fast as possible and eventually find a car, so they trigger the alarm on purpose. While the zombies surround the vehicle, the trio gets to escape. When they make it to a nice house, they see more bodies around, so they walk carefully to avoid waking them up. They move through the backyard to stay hidden and find the back door locked, so Carrie forces it open with a crowbar. This unfortunately triggers an alarm, but they rush inside and quickly destroy it. After barricading the door, Sloane checks the living room and discovers that the house owner has self-deleted with a knife. At that moment they hear the zombies approaching the house, so Carrie volunteers to distract them and promises to meet them later. Then Carrie runs out of the house and the zombies immediately follow him, giving Sloane and Reese the chance to escape safely. Moments later the duo finds Sloane's house but zombies are walking in front of the main door. They hide under a different house and agree to wait until the zombies are gone to go out. One of the zombies starts walking too close to their hiding spot, so the duo has to freeze while watching it pass by. After a few hours, the street is finally clear. Sloane and Reese run to her house but find the front door locked, so they cross to the backyard. Sloane starts climbing the wall and almost falls, but she manages to hold on. Once she reaches her bedroom, she enters through the window and Reese soon follows. Then they start searching the house and Sloane goes to the living room, where she finds Lily on the couch. Sadly, when Lily turns around, she reveals she's a zombie and attacks Sloane. The girls start fighting on the floor and Sloane yells Lily's name, making her freeze. However, Lily soon starts roaring again, so Sloane has no choice but to kill her with the crowbar. Reese comforts Sloane as she has a breakdown. Nearby, her father is also dead on the floor. Later in the garage, Sloane finally opens her birthday card, which is full of words of love and support from Lily. She decides to throw away her letter and keep the card instead. Afterward she and Reese get in her father's car and leave town to try to find the shelter. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.